Before we dive into today's technical analysis, let's look on something which is often overlooked into the world of Forex trading. They say trading is 80% psychology and 20% technical. And yet the catch, if you have truly mastered the technical analysis, it will be so easy for you to deal with the psychology. And here are a few tips you can use to master your technical analysis. First, to shorten your learning curve, find a mentor. Not just a mentor who can give you true trading skills. Then, practice to master. After, you have to research on what works, on what doesn't work. Then, you have to backtest, forward test, and stress test on the real market condition. From there, you have to do one very important thing, though it is highly underrated by traders, and we call it journaling. Or you can't improve what you are not able to track. Then after, let's go to the charts.
This impressive first, and then you go to correction first. And then here you have an impressive first, and then this is more correction first. But only the issue with this correction first is, it is within the structure. It is within the trend. It does not define the trend. It doesn't have any validation price level. It was not made below this level right here. So it means it's not that a strong level to consider. It is not that a strong level to consider. So it can evenly be part of the correction. It can evenly be part of the correction. It can come even up to this level and it's still being into the downtrend. This can very possibly be part of the correction. But also when zooming this kind of price action, we see here on this part of the correction, we have series of highs and lows, and it is not actually a broad trend, but you can say it is a trend, as we have higher high, higher low, then higher high. And you have this break of structure, and you are coming from testing domination. So it is like you have started a trend. So what I wanted to discuss with you is, for how you see the market recently, you are going to get an impressive press to a downside, or you are going to get an impressive move to an upside. When you say an impressive move to a downside, means you try to consider this one as a correction, so you can get an impressive press. But when you consider as bullish move, it means you consider this as a true break of structure, and then we can get an impressive press, and this can be just part of the correction and not validation price level. So let me hear your view first. Before going to other prayer, let me hear your view first.
I'm sorry.
Yes, brother.
Let me share my screen right here. Let me share my screen 1 minute, and then I have almost the same view, but my reasoning was it's quite different. My reasoning was quite different. Let me show this. Yesterday we talked about this from Wednesday market breakdown. We talked about this on DPA basket. That is true. We're on bearish movement. It's true on bearish movement for the long term, but currently the areas which we have on the areas which we are on lower time frame seems like the examples like this one, like this area. This was not actually the reversal point of this movement, but it was an area with a bit quite liquidity where we could get a certain movement. That's why we got this first movement up to these levels. Then we got this second movement, which it affects on the JPY pairs, especially when we're doing it in the days. We must get a movement opposite with the main movement. And we talked about this failure to create new low right here, that it might not give us a very bullish movement, but we can, since we are on area with kind of liquidity from this break of structures up to this area, we can get a certain movement up to some levels which can affect the movements on JPY pairs. That's what we are looking on JPY basket.
Okay. So sorry, can you summarize just the last sentences?
Okay, can you hear me very well?
Yeah, we hear you very well, brother.
As I was saying, that it's not that we are going bullish for JPY basket. It's not that we are changing the direction, but since we are on areas of kind of high liquidity, we are on areas that we can have a certain movement from these points. We can have a push as a pullback, since all of this was an impulsive move. The correction move can start from here up to these levels, then up somewhere before we have the bearish move. As what happened on these levels, that yes, we are having a very good bearish movement, but when we reached on these levels, they sounded like some reversal point. We had this impulsive move and this one, which affected the movement on JPY pairs like JPYs, Euro JPYs, especially when you're doing intradays. We can have some movement from those reversals from JPY basket. So even right on this point, I was expecting the same thing, though it's not the main movement which you are knowing we're looking on to. So if you get any indication going with the main trend, we'll go with the main trend.
Okay, I got you, brother. Let me continue. Anyone with a different view or even the same view? Anyone with anything to add? You can just unmute your mic and speak. Okay, if there is nothing to add, let me continue. Okay, see Anton commenting the same view. Okay, so after knowing so, let's jump into these JPY pairs. And
a few moments later.
by starting, let me start with Euro JPY. So we know JPY basket is a correlation of JPYs. It is a correlation of I mean, we use JPY basket to make correlation with all these JPY pairs. So if we expect JPY to have some bullish retracements, we expect all other JPY pairs to have some bearish retracements. So from my side on USD JPY, I have this view. It looks like you're going to get a little bearish trend, actually a counter trend. So we can have a retracement to a certain price level, and then you can start creating series of lower lows. And this can be just a counter trend or a correction into the higher time frame.
A few moments later.
This Euro JPY right here. On this Euro JPY, it is almost the same thing. On this Euro JPY, it is almost the same thing. We have actually got this kind of movement like a correction. This kind of movement like a correction. And then we have got the break of this previous trend. So you cannot tell it as actually a correction. Rather, all this can be just an accumulation. An accumulation preparation for the bigger move. So I can mark all this movement as just an accumulation. You can spend some days on this level, but once you get the movement out of this box, it will be a very strong impressive phrase. So as how we have seen on JPY basket, that impressive phrase prefers mostly to be to a bearish move, and then it can be in this way. But also when you go to low time frame, we already have a break of structures. So 3 hours time frame, we have the break of structure, very clean break of structure, this one. But also you can go to more low time frame. We can go to more low time frame. This is 2 hours time frame, and we have this very clean diminution with the break of structure. So what I see currently is very simple. We can find just a selling opportunity on these levels. We can find just a selling opportunity on these levels and putting our stop loss above the structure. This simple. We can find this counter trend opportunity and put our stop loss above the structure. This is how I see Euro JPY currently. When you
A few moments later.
here you have this GBP CHF, and GBP CHF from my side, I'm looking for a bullish view. And it is very, very clear. It is very, very clear. Actually, here you have a higher high, correction to create a higher low. Higher high, correction to create a higher low. Higher high, correction to create a higher low. And here you have a higher high. So I've counted even this one as just a correction to create a higher low. And then you are going to create a new higher high. So I went into the low frames looking for an opportunity, or can say looking for confirmations because an opportunity has already been passed. So into this time frame, let's go to 1 hour time frame and see. Into this 1 hour time frame, almost the same each and everything. But I was just concentrating with this current trend and see what are the characteristics of this price action, so that I can see if it is true, it is a correction, or it can be an accumulation. So I have seen you have this impulsive price, then correction, you take these diminutions of the time frame, and then after this impulsive price, go this kind of movement like a correction, but with a break of a structure. And you already have a break above the structure to indicate that both guys are still very strong into the markets. And after that, we went into low time frames, 45 minutes time frame. We had this very clean diminution right here. And I have marked it as my point of concentration, or I can say my point of entry. That is all what I see on GBP currently. So this has an impressive price, and this just as a small, very, very smooth correction to continue with more bullish move. In case you have any question or any addition on this one, feel free to unmute your mic and speak. And actually, it has been originated from this previous trend. You have a diminution at the level with very high supply of liquidity for a bullish trend. So this is all what I see on GBP chip.
A few moments later.
This video is very small parts of one of our daily market breakdown, which it is for community and live trading room members. It was also live on Instagram. And if you're interested to watch more technical videos like this, they are available for free into our application, IntelligenceFx app, which it is on the Play Store as well as into the App Store. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share to impact millions. Thanks.